I still remember the exact second my world cracked open, like a mirror shattering in slow motion, every shard reflecting a different nightmare. It was the moment my little sister looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Lena, you're not invited to the wedding." Not with tears. Not with hesitation. Just that. Flat. Cold. As if she were reading a weather report or canceling a lunch date. The words hung in the stale air of her cramped Asheville apartment, mixing with the faint scent of lavender candles she burned to mask the loneliness I could already smell seeping through the walls. I'd driven those 7 grueling hours from Richmond, my old Honda groaning under the weight of unopened wedding magazines and a cooler of her favorite homemade lasagna, the kind Mom used to make before the accident stole them both. I pictured us giggling over veil options, toasting with cheap Prosecco, maybe even crying about how Dad would have walked her down the aisle with that proud, lopsided grin. Instead, she sat cross-legged on her thrift store couch, folding and refolding a stack of mismatched socks, her eyes darting anywhere but mine. She wouldn't show me a single photo of the guy, wouldn't whisper his name, just kept stacking those damn socks like they were the only thing holding her together. I laughed at first, a sharp, disbelieving bark that echoed off the bare walls. "Harper, come on. That's not funny." But her face didn't crack.
No smile.
Just a flicker in her eyes, something raw and terrified, like a cornered animal deciding whether to bite or bolt. That's when the ground tilted. When the air grew thick, heavy with unspoken horrors. When I knew, deep in my gut, that this wasn't wedding jitters. This was a scream disguised as silence. My name is Elena Reed, Lena to the people who matter. I'm 29, scraping by as a freelance graphic designer for tech startups that promise the world and pay in pennies. My days used to blend into a comfortable haze, coffee-fueled. Deadlines in my cluttered Richmond apartment, weekend hikes with friends who tolerated my bad puns, the occasional disastrous date that ended with me swearing off apps forever. Nothing glamorous, but mine. Safe. Predictable. Harper was the wildfire to my steady flame. 3 years younger, she'd always been the one chasing storms, moving to Asheville for a gig managing boutique hotels, the kind where influencers sip craft cocktails and pretend life's a filter. After Mom and Dad's car wrapped around that icy guardrail 5 years back, we'd been each other's anchors. I was 24, she 21, suddenly orphans in a world that didn't pause for grief. I shelved my dreams of art school to hustle 2 jobs, making sure she graduated without the debt that still chokes me. We'd pinky sworn over greasy diner fries, no secrets, no distance. We'd be there for the big moments, the graduations, the heartbreaks, the I-dos.
But now?
This Harper, with her hollow cheeks and fidgety hands, was a stranger. She'd changed her locks without telling me. Stopped posting selfies on Instagram. Her texts were clipped, evasive. Busy with work. Talk soon. I'd chalked it up to pre-wedding chaos. Until that visit. Until the fear in her eyes when I pressed about him. "Why can't I meet the guy who's stealing my sister?" I'd asked, trying to keep my voice light. She'd just shaken her head, knuckles white around a sock. "It's better this way, Lena. Trust me. Stay away." Better? The word tasted like bile. How could excluding me, who'd braided her hair through every nightmare, who'd driven through blizzards to pick her up from bad parties, be better? I pushed, my voice cracking. "Harper, we shared a womb's worth of secrets. I was there when you puked up that bad sushi in college. I helped you pack for this move. And now this." Her eyes met mine then, and I swear the room grew colder. Fear wasn't just in them. It poured out, thick and viscous, like oil spilling from a cracked engine. "Please, Lena. Just go home. Forget the wedding. Forget him." Him. The word landed like a threat. I left that afternoon with a hug that felt like goodbye, her body rigid against mine. The drive back was a fog of rain-slicked highways and unanswered questions pounding like a migraine. Why the secrecy? Why the tremor in her voice when I mentioned his name? Why did her apartment feel like a cage, even with the door wide open? For days I obsessed. Paced my tiny kitchen, reheating coffee I never drank. Called her obsessively, voicemails echoing back empty promises. When she picked up, her words were scripted. I'm fine. Work's insane. Wedding stuff is overwhelming. No details.
Non Betastions.
Know him. I confided in our mutual friend, Mia, who still lived near Asheville. Have you met this mystery man? I asked, voice casual, heart hammering.
Pause.
Too long. No, and it's weird, Lena. Harper's ghosted everyone. Won't even say his name. She used to gush about crushes over margaritas. It's like he's a classified file. That night, staring at my ceiling fan's lazy spin, I knew. Something or someone was devouring my sister from the inside out, isolating her. And if she wouldn't let me in, I'd break the door down. 3 days later, I faked a stomach bug at work and hit the road again. Parked a block from her building at dawn. Baseball cap low, binoculars fogging from my breath. I felt like a bad spy movie cliché, thermos of black coffee turning acidic in my gut. But desperation doesn't care about dignity.
2 hours in, she emerged.
That same unfamiliar dress, emerald green, hugging her frame like armor. Hair in a tight chignon, face pale under drugstore makeup. She walked to her car with shoulders hunched, scanning the street like prey sensing a shadow. I tailed her, hard in my throat, praying she wouldn't spot my taillights. She wove through morning traffic, past her hotel job, straight to a chic cafe in Biltmore Village. Through the window, I watched her. Order a latte she barely sipped, fingers drumming the table, eyes glued to her phone. 23 agonizing minutes ticked by. Then he arrived.
Tall. Polished.
Dark hair cropped short, suit tailored to scream success. I couldn't see his face clearly from across the street, but Harper's reaction was a gut punch. She bolted upright, nearly spilling her drink, her smile forced, brittle. He leaned in, whispered something. She nodded, gathered her bag. His hand on her lower back guided her out. Not a lover's touch, but a shepherd's prod. They climbed into a sleek black sedan, and I followed, knuckles white on the wheel, weaving through upscale neighborhoods until they pulled into a real estate firm on a tree-lined boulevard. I waited in a strip mall lot nearby, mind racing. House hunting? For their future? But why hide something so ordinary? 40 minutes later, they emerged with glossy folders, Harper's laugh ringing false even from a distance. He opened her door, kissed her cheek, clinical, possessive. As he turned to his own car, sunlight caught his profile. Sharp jaw, steely eyes, a smile that curled like a hook. Everything froze. I knew that face. It had stared back from pixelated news thumbnails 3 years ago, during a trial that gripped the nation and ended in outrage. Damon Whitlock. His previous fiancée, Allison Hayes, had tripped down a flight of stairs in their Colorado mansion, snapping her neck clean. Suspicious? The neighbors heard screams that night. Friends whispered she'd confided plans to leave. Her journal, leaked post-trial, detailed months of gaslighting, isolation, veiled threats. But no fingerprints.
No witnesses.
The case crumbled like wet paper, and Damon walked free, pockets lined with her life insurance. The media called it a miscarriage of justice. I called it murder. And now my Harper, my fierce, laughing Harper, was house shopping with a man who'd likely pushed one woman to her death and smiled through the eulogy. I barely made it to a gas station bathroom before vomiting. Hands shaking, I pulled up archived articles on my phone, comparing grainy photos to the man I'd just seen. Same predatory grin. Same empty eyes. It was him. The pieces slammed together. Harper's fear, her isolation, the begged distance. Either she knew and was trapped, or she didn't, and was dancing toward the edge of the same cliff. I couldn't breathe.
Couldn't think.
But I could act. That week, I vanished into research. Took more sick days. Holed up in coffee shops with my laptop, digging through Damon's digital footprints. Full name, Damon Elias Whitlock. Post-trial, he'd ghosted Colorado, resurfacing in Asheville as a real estate investor. Ironic, building homes after destroying one. I found Allison's memorial site, run by her sister Claire. Heart-wrenching posts about lost justice, a killer roaming free. I emailed Claire anonymously at first, then spilled everything. She called within the hour, voice cracking with urgency. He's a chameleon, Lena. Charming until he's not. Allison didn't see the red flags until he'd cut her off from us all, friends, family, even her job. Psychological chains, no bruises to show the cops. And when she finally packed a bag, Claire's breath hitched.
Please.
Save your sister before he scripts her ending too. She sent files. Allison's unsent emails, detailing Damon's control. He tracks my phone. Questions every text. Says my family's toxic. Last night, he smashed my laptop because I searched divorce lawyers. I'm scared, but I'm leaving tomorrow. The last one. If I don't make it, tell them it was him. He joked about accidents on stairs. I think he's planning. I read until my eyes burned, rage boiling into resolve. I couldn't storm and yelling murderer. Damon would twist it, make me the villain, push Harper deeper into his web. So, I went undercover. Created Mara Quinn, a fabricated LinkedIn profile. 31, property consultant relocating from Seattle. Borrowed photos from an old roommate now in Europe. Joined real estate forums, liked Damon's posts on market trends. Messaged him. New to Asheville, love your insights on luxury flips. Coffee sometime. He replied within hours. Professional at first. Then warmer. We emailed about deals, swapped market tips. Moved to calls, I used a burner app, softened my voice with a West Coast lilt. Damon was velvet poison. Witty anecdotes, flirty compliments, questions that probed too deep. What about your personal life, Mara? Anyone special? I dangled bait. Engaged, actually. Whirlwind romance. Wedding next month. His tone shifted, a hairline crack.
Fast.
Sure you know him? People hide things. Past mistakes, better left buried. Trust me. The line chilled me.
Buried.
Like Allison. More calls. More slips. Jealousy when I mentioned male colleagues. Redirection when I asked about his history. Everyone deserves a fresh start, he'd say, laugh hollow. I was unraveling him thread by thread. But I needed proof for Harper, something to shatter his spell. Then Claire called again. I found Allison's old hard drive in storage. Drafts she never sent. Threats, stalking logs, everything. Sending now. The files were a horror show. Damon's rages, smashed belongings, followed routes. Allison's words. He owns me now. Monitors everything. If I leave, he says he'll make it look accidental, like a fall. I printed it all. Drove to Asheville that night. Parked outside Harper's building. Texted from the burner. Meet me. Park bench.
Now.
It's life or death. She showed, ghost pale under streetlights. I shoved the files at her. Damon Whitlock. He killed his last fiancée. Pushed her downstairs. Here's proof. Silence stretched like a noose. Then whisper soft. I know, Lena. I found out months ago. The world spun. Then why? Why marry him? Tears streamed. He caught me packing. Showed me photos of you. Your apartment. You jogging alone. Said if I leave, if I tell anyone, you'd have an accident. Just like Allison. He'd make sure. And he'd force me to watch. Fury erupted. Volcanic. He'd turn my sister into a shield for his sins. Threaten me to chain her. We go to police. I hissed. No evidence. He's careful. Allison tried. Look what happened. A door creaked nearby. Harper flinched. He's home.
Go.
Forget me. Live. She fled inside. I sat in my car, watching her window light flicker, rage morphing into a plan. Damon had underestimated one thing. Sisters don't break easy. I wasn't letting him steal her. Not without a war. Claire connected me to allies. Marisol, the detective haunted by Allison's case. Jonah, the prosecutor itching for round 2. Reyes, a PI who'd shadowed Damon pro bono. We huddled in a dingy diner booth. Maps and files spread like battle plans. He's meticulous, Marisol warned. No digital trails. Face-to-face, threats only. We wire Harper's place, I said. Hidden cams. She baits him, says she wants to postpone the wedding. He snaps, threatens on tape.
Boom.
Risky. But waiting meant losing her. Harper agreed via burner text, terror-laced with defiance. Reyes installed microcams in vents, lampshades while Damon worked. Marisol stationed a SWAT van nearby. We scripted her. It's too fast. Need time. But plans shatter. Damon returned early, 4 p.m., not 6. I caught Reyes mid-install, hiding in the closet. We listened via feed. Damon's voice, honey turning venom.
Hey, love.
Early dinner? Harper stumbling. Actually, wedding feels rushed. Maybe postpone. Silence. Then crash, glass shattering. Who put you up to this? Your sister? No one. Liar. I know everything. Saw you meet her. Know about the phone. Then, whoever's in the closet out.
Now.
Gunshot. Rhea scream. Chaos. Sirens. We raced in, but Damon had Harper at gunpoint. Move, and her brains paint the wall. Oh, and Elena? Your building's rigged. Gas leak. Boom in 58 minutes unless I walk free. He showed the app. Timer ticking, my kitchen in frame, explosives wired. Evacuation scrambled. Neighbors fleeing. Bomb squad inbound. Damon smirked. Choices. Let us go, or watch innocents burn. Marisol's jaw clenched. We backed down. He dragged Harper out, her eyes locking mine. Sorry, love. Terror. Failure tasted like copper. My home a crime scene. Harper gone. 24 hours later, his call. Confess publicly. Say you framed me. Jealous sister sabotage. Ruin yourself. I release her. I did. Went viral as the monster. Lost job, friends, dignity. But as I wept on air, Claire unearthed the cabin, Damon's family relic, hidden in Blue Ridge Peaks. We stormed at dawn. I bolted ahead, crashing through the door. Damon whirled, gun raised. I stood between him and Harper. Shoot me, not her.
Tactical breach.
Tackle. Bullet grazing my side. Fire. Blood. Blackout. Woke to hospital beeps, Harper's hand in mine. Damon caged for life. Allison's case reopened. Justice finally. We built the Allison Project. Resources, hotlines, escapes. Saved 53 souls so far. Every rescue? Harper's smile says we won. If it was your loved one in the crosshairs, would you shatter your world to save theirs? I did. And the pieces were formed stronger. Hit like if this gripped you. Comment your story. If you're trapped, reach out. We're here. You're not alone.